recovery action. Her fighting strength is indispensable. Jill responded at the right time. I killed a level 30 centipede. Let me see it. I've got to give the radio back to Captain King. How can answer that? Next, I talked to Captain King. According to my prediction, if people go directly through the bridge to go to Zone 8, it's not going to go. How opened the plan map of the safe zone. Number 9 to watch. Then explain. Because there's a large number of civilians who are refugees. It's extremely unsafe. Let me give you the coordinates. When Wang Jianquok came here, suddenly this coordinate was. This boy. Why does SAO know the secret coordinates of this passage? It's not the coordinates, it's the frequencies that we're talking about. And then I turned off the detector for the last time. This is the secret passage to Zone 8. We'll meet there. My family is counting on you. The king replied, don't worry. Go outside the main hall of insurance to buy a lot of recovery drugs. Only the price. It's a little expensive. These poor people know how to get rich. I am completely bankrupt. Right now in the distance, I heard a girl's voice. You're surrounded by a whole bunch of men. Please, my mother is still outside. Can you take me to see them? I will pay you a lot of money. Young men with red hair. You have to laugh. The great enemy Lao. If you drink like you can have money. One of the perverts said. But if you use your body to pay. Then I can think again. Hi, the whole group is following Theo. That's right, you serve 4 giants for good. Maybe we can agree. The girl in the rabbit suit was afraid to hug the protester. Don't make the people laugh. He uses his hands to pull her. Suddenly there was an arm. He said, laughing at the girl. Just answer me 2 questions. I'll think about taking you somewhere. Pervert Chukon was broken by How, crying endlessly. I'll let go of his mother's broken bones. The first question is where your house is. Where? The second most important thing is to look in the eye. How much money do you spend? Girls open map RA. Let me show you the location of my house. My house is in this place, see if you can. How aesthetic. If it's that position, right on the way to that coordinate point. You can take her with you, no problem. How awkward position is no problem. Just this money you can. The girl immediately quoted 100,000. Your poor face said. I'll give you a deposit of 100 grand. If I could find my family. I'll give you another million. This is all my property. The young men nearby were sarcastic when they heard her. It's not. That much money is real or fake. So a bartender like her. Where did you get that much money? This is not a comedy. If you knew how to spend so much money on alcohol, what do I need to be a relic hunter for? Makes me really want to try. She whispered to How, her name was Do Not. Although it is only level 10, it has special abilities. Enemy touch. You can feel the energy waves around you. It also includes human emotions. So, she always gets the love of the guests. Introduction of all kinds of wine. Always ranked first. It's not uncommon to have a little bit of savings. How sounds a little interesting. That's what RA is. That's not a bad ability. The 2 men were harassing. The wine immediately changed its attitude. I want to escort you home. If you have that kind of money, why didn't you say so? It was a misunderstanding before. As long as you agree to pay. These 2 men will risk their lives to protect MS. That's right. Normal. We all move around freely. In the wilderness outside of the area. Safe. I'm not afraid of anything, it's a little awkward. But I agree with Mr. Kia. The fat man is now heading towards the That year's bad boy. What happened just now is because I was careless. Now let's see. It's Lao Tzu's right to blow your dog's head off. First name Nail. My little sister. Don't let the looks of these people fool you. In the age of, what's the point of being handsome without bravery? They are also eaten by animals outside. I just saw the scammer. The 30-year-old bald man is now stuck to the ceiling. It's almost a bit of a virtual enemy. How tightened his fist. Any kind of rubbish we can stop. But the most unbearable thing, someone is blocking my way. He said, let's lift a stone. Drop the first nail. He stopped close to the head of the nail. He is afraid to ask a big CA I'm wrong. A graceful life standing on one side watching that Tim beat fast. Shining eyes praise the heavens. He's not only handsome, he's strong. Private Dance secretly exclaimed. I haven't seen you in a few days. He can suppress a 30-year-old easily SAO. You are such a mysterious monster. I'm getting more and more interested in you. How just left and said. I'm in a hurry, but first. On the way, you have to listen to me. Don't mess with me. You are in a hurry to chase. Everybody listen to me. When I left, I did not forget to ask the Lord. Miss White, do you have any plans? As far as I'm concerned, if I stay here, sooner or later, he'll be like a bird in a cage, or go with something. What I said made the people of the village angry. Standing in front of the door. Have you heard that? This kid says we're bastards. This is not a place to die. If she's good, say it again. At this point, you say stop. Who dared to touch him? Is that they don't respect the face of the Korean corporation. She comes to take your other hand. I can go with you, you're right. Hiding here is not the way. I have to find a way to contact the lady. IP is in the middle. It's a little awkward being wrapped up by the two of them, Graceful pleasantly said. It would be nice to be able to go with you. Vu himself has opened his mouth willing to follow IP How. No one dared to stop it. Look at the shadow. Two beautiful people walk out of the black market. It attracted a lot of fans. The jealousy of the people. That's a good deal for this kid. Then there are two girls. Death is worth it. Then there's nothing to admire. Just looking for death. Just take a few steps out the door, crying to come back to save lives. Ha 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 ha. Moving scene to a place. It's filled with destroyed buildings. It's been a long wait, IP How. My wife and I have changed clothes. The joke is how to get dressed. Are you confused by the cool posture of billions? The gentleman in the back said I'll listen to you. IP How looked at the two. They can sigh and go quickly. The writer won't give me X anyway. X with you. Right now, in the sky appeared extremely violent lightning. Unexpected dance says aha. People, look up in the sky, what's that? Magic reply. It doesn't look like normal lightning. Suddenly a beast from within lightning appeared. It's not okay that the space is open, but that big claw. After all, he loves to take advantage of the gap. And my claw smashed an entire building. IP gracefully stunned that the attacked architecture is the SAO black market. Vu found himself quite lucky when getting out of here with IP How is indeed correct. But what to do next? If people go out from that space, we'll have nowhere else to run. IP How said love this level bandits. This is completely beyond the scope of pleasure, like you suddenly recognized the old god. I half believed and half suspected to ask the former god. You said the old gods when the world started to change. Down to earth SAO. Why is it possible? IP How explained. This is just my guess. Folk genetic material at the time. It's also fake. Suddenly hugging her head in pain screaming A. From the dance panic asked her elegant. Humbly trembling said hoo. I felt a cold, evil energy. Lan is under the ground. Even more graceful just hands are converging enjoy it. IP How is a little hesitant in the direction of Kia SAO. Totally opposite of where you're supposed to be and so on. Do SAO hours though. I need to get together quickly with the crew and everyone. But my intuition tells me, the source of that evil power. It is related to the former god. It's absolutely impossible to ignore. After IP How calmed down, I turned around and told the two girls. Now, I have to go through the source of that evil power. Let's see how it goes, so you two have two choices. Or come with me. Or I'll bring the coordinates of Safe Zone 9. Talk to two people. The two girls expressed their desire to stand shoulder to shoulder with IP How. He said I will follow you. If there is a real God in heaven, don't say Zone 9. The upper and lower areas of number BA. It's inevitable. Fortunately, yes, I will follow you. If you can't stop the big fire in the sky. My mother's not safe either. IP How. This time, it's only God's will that's good. Even though it's possible to tell our strength can't stop it. But we have to clarify things. It's got something to do with these devils. Speed up. Follow me. And with three people, they accelerate, running towards the converging Kia power source. The closer we get, the more you feel the power. The amount is also here. It's in the front. The concentration of that evil power. It has reached its strongest level. The guard was watching and said, wait. Everybody hide behind my back. There seems to be someone else's voice. Suddenly, there are people in black robes. In his mouth without stopping. Around a red crystal. The whole body radiates lightning. I wonder what those people are doing. In the crystal, there's skulls. It's weird and scary, IP How said. It's the battle that's transporting energy. Let the space crack. When I saw that 3 of them were in the 10th grade, I said, what are we waiting for? The level of BA is not high. To destroy the French, it can stop the fall of the old gods. IP How suddenly realized wait. It's not that simple. End words. Then only saw the 4 dances and the majestic tiger rush. Speed of light infringement tablets. Their attacks. They're all protected by the energy of the circle. Let's make the opposite happen. The energy cover has such a trick. SAO obnoxious. The dog feels nothing special. Normally this is so important. It's impossible not to have a defensive front. IP How uses fire bullets to think. The problem now lies in, what's the level of this energy cover? After I changed my attacking genius, can it be broken? As I said, he rushed to slash into the protective ring. But the results are still counterproductive. I feel like I can't cut this covering energy at least above level 60, although, even if you have had a lot of experience before. But the situation has changed now. Then go up the attack force. It may be difficult to deal with the future. I have to accumulate experience to open a new account. Only then can we have a chance to win. And now it's too weird. We have such a big attack. These tool people, there was no reaction at all. Vu was a little surprised. Even the house attack was ineffective. What to do this time? It's easy to worry, just say it. Raise your eyes and watch. So why is that scary thing in the sky coming out? IP How reassures everyone. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. I asked the analytical mind robot a little bit. There's a gap in this energy cover. Can you take advantage of it? The thinking robot now has a face as tense as going to battle. No problem, the owner is analyzing. Let's end this little thing. 0.01 seconds is processed immediately. I saw it right after. Thinking has analyzed out information energy protection. Epic level energy cover vertical position stance. Level 65 manufacturing unknown smart index. It seems to have been deleted. Related news. Based on the drawings left on the outside. Modify the original symbol. IP How looked at the picture is very surprised. This symbol is the Imperial Corporation. Why are they? I thought to myself, this is like a small-scale energy cover. That's what I got in the Black Tiger Corps. They're all from the Imperial Corporation. If so, I have a bold way of thinking, he said. Take out a stone. It looks exactly like the symbol on the red crystal. Blood then thrown back. The French side. I can only see the stone, and it's good. Through the French. IP How is now authenticated. My original guess was correct. It looks like the same product from the same company. There is a certain. I turned to the robot. Thinking check my props inventory. Let's see if there are any props. It can be renovated. To integrate this kind of energy cover, the robot says it's checking. It only took 0.39 seconds to find it. It's the bin that increases this amplitude. Use this props into actual material. Can level up our defense capabilities. Battery rewinding machine increase amplitude level 65. It's the engine modification of cars and planes. It's very powerful, very powerful. Replenishment of principal resources collected IP 10 How separate. Heard the product introduction. It's a bit of a letdown. Principal SAO private income. If used directly like that, the principal won't blame me. I would say preservation. The evil version of thought whispered into Tai IP How. Attempt the owner not to hesitate. Take care of him. It's in my pocket, it's mine. At this point, it is easy to hit the head. Excuse me, principal. I am also just helpless. Will you understand me? IP How took the bin and the stone before RA shouted loudly. Merge a second later, the system booms up to say integration is complete. Congratulations on winning the new contest. Turbine bin generator field. Turbine generator school level 65. After undergoing renovation. Has won the inverted field, the stronger it is. Long lasting time and durable value. They all level up very quickly. AP How happy. Take the new props. Go out and throw them at the battlefield. Go to bin. Force field reverses the growth amplitude of the bin. Unlock all the destructive power from within. From the startled dance said, we want to use our own energy. Eliminating the inherent force field SAO. You are so full of praise, God. Why can you think of such a way? Really smart. IP How just explained no. Force field at the similarity level. Still can't destroy each other. My intention is, take advantage of the reverse force in the short term. To restrain the magical energy. Internally form one. The short way. I can't wait for how to finish. The short path you said was formed. The energy inside. The reaction back and forth uncontrollably. Make BA men in black robes. He was also hit by energy. All three of my clothes were torn in a flash. To reveal other flowers on them. Oh, my God. That's too rusty. The out-of-control energy has been hit. IP How suddenly discovered. The energy shield starts to crumble. It's not okay to be surprised. The field is about to collapse. I can't believe I can only persist for a moment. He quickly turned to look at the dance and said. You two get close to me. Hide behind me quickly. The two girls are surprised. Seconds later just heard a thunder. Explosive energy shield. The blood-red magic just exploded to pieces. A giant deep hole appeared in front of the three of them. If you think you're dead, you're not. Damn, I was. I completely despise the explosive power of magic. But I've obviously changed my defensive endowment. Why is it so hard to breathe? It's so annoying. Until he regains consciousness. It's a wonderful discovery. And I'm sitting on your face. That's why I find it so hard to breathe. I ask you nicely, are you okay? You are so strong that you can only talk. Get your ass out now. Face down on you in amazement. This explosive force is too strong. Looking ahead in wonder. Tell those people there. Everyone quickly look at the sky. The open space has become smaller. Happy dancing is right. Too good not to waste our efforts. You are so helpless to scream. I said you guys, get off my man now. Don't sit on my back and talk. Then IP How went to the hole. I found 3 men earlier. And it's mostly dead. There's only one such explosive left. Still not dead. Then at the right time who is hurting? A man stands up to a man. I ask you who said your purpose. I can save you a life. The man now suddenly caught fire. Crazy guy laughing and screaming. Haha, the old army of the forest forever. I suddenly realized that this is what I want. There's an explosion in your place. He was so scared that he yelled at me. After the self-destruct of one of the 2 bald men filled with people, I thought how was with him. You quickly turned on the shield. So it's not hurt. I sat there and thought. An unspoken word explodes itself. I can't believe it. This is the destruction of the body, leaving no trace of the real evil. I'm lucky to defend my endowment. It's not a class. Just. From a distance echoed the voice of Ju, gracefully uttered IP You're good if you don't. IP How turned to the back when he saw the remaining firebrand. There's still this fireman. Let him live to ask for clarity. Suddenly he managed to self-destruct with the same name. He just shouted. Long live the former army. Long live the former army. People see the situation is not right. Worried to tell you. This guy's about to blow himself up again. IP be careful damn. Because to keep it secret, even the internet doesn't need SAO. Completely brainwashed. Suddenly the key of fire extinguished immediately. He's confused about what's going on. IP How heard the word brainwashing of private Then came an idea. Brainwashing we also know. The server immediately notified. Mental control skills. Trigger a physical resonance in the head. Lasting time 60 seconds. The two girls are suddenly confused about what the situation is. The fire extinguished the glass bow at the feet of IP How. You got high in the people's honor. Listen to your instructions. I also find it strange when I hear it. What the hell is that new god? I only control your spirit. But don't let you flatter me. The dance from behind is amazing. Control the spirit. Since when did you learn this technique? How saw that and replied to her. I have thought a lot, miss. I haven't used this new skill yet. Just in time to get him to practice. After answering Vu's private, IP How immediately ordered the firehouse. Give you a minute. Explain. It is clear that the former League of Legends and your purpose. When he heard the order, he obeyed. The new god. The former army. It's an underground church of believers. People come from all walks of life, in which there is no shortage of elites and nobles. Although everyone's class status is not the same, but always with the same goal. That's the bow that welcomes the old god back. It's only the old god's downfall that ended like this. Take humanity to a glorious new world. After hearing a clear explanation from the firehouse, How had some information. The old gods could end up like this. You can't believe those ridiculous words. Even more unreliable. Expecting us to end up like this. Suddenly a thought came to mind. But that million swaps. Former gods and lovers raid the city. Why does it appear the same time here? Have anything to do with each other? Vu heard that and said. In the human world, there's actually a lot of cults that worship the old gods. It's just an external form. Even though it has been so far, no one has seen what the old gods looked like. Let's not say millions. I was surprised to hear that, but that's old. This guild can actually call the former god SAO. IP How continued to interrogate the fire. So you've succeeded. How to call the old gods. And this battle. This huge red ghost. And tattoos on your body. What is the origin? The fire replied. This book is a holy book. Only people are chosen by God. They deserve to be tattooed. What about magic and magic? How to call the former god? Because my rank is not enough. I really don't know the details. IP How saw that. I get upset when the answer is ignored. You dare to hide. The fireman was afraid of the blood spilling on his head. No, I can't hide it from you. Your existence is greater than the old gods. And I'm the most honorable and loyal citizen. I can give my life for you. I would never dare to deceive you. IP How was surprised of the absolute loyalty of the textile firehouse. This name is also very loyal. It's better not to say crazy. The last question. IP How asked the last question. Lamhui army. Does it have anything to do with the intruders this time? The fire, of course, is related. For the love of raiding the city, it was a hand of the former League of Legends plotting RA. Because, before he finished saving, his attitude changed. To 180 degrees the former god descended in need of countless fresh blood. Sacrifices. After saying that, he activated the self-destruct state. He quickly turned his back on his protective shield. Hold the two girls carefully. Home fire explosion Even ball. A piece of meat is gone. Fortunately, no one was injured. Aphrodite pissed fuck. Clearly a minute hasn't come yet. Why is this firefighter suddenly out of control? Maybe when you bow your head frantically smashing your brain SAO. So get out of your control. The situation is tense and the face is red. It's hard to say. Your power is so strong. It hurts people. And she looked at the man with eyes as if she was attracted. Your power is so strong. I didn't notice. Just a little stronger. IP How is confused. Sorry, you two are not okay. Graceful reply no SAO. Thank you. And Vu is like being hypnotized by Hao Yi. Let go for what? People want to hold a little more. This man does have a strange charm. IP How came to the place where the magic formation was destroyed. Tired all day. Finally, there's a harvest of the old league. It's not that simple. It's not just a hobby plot to raid the city. You can even call the old gods, and they're stronger than corporations. I only care about making money. I ruined their good thing. It's going to be targeted or it doesn't care what it does. The server immediately explained the unknown ghost. The property of this object is hidden. Need inspection props outside the specified level. They can break the property. IP How heard quite confused. What attribute has been locked? You also need inspection tools. Looks like they've got a special security handle on ghosts. Who thinks you can examine it? The robot replied, of course. How can such a small thing be difficult for me? After a while of analysis, the results came out. The robot will tell you that you've got your blood. This is an ancient ghost, and the blood is made. That component. Most of it is human blood, and the few are the blood of the beast. It seems that killing a lot of people is really cruel. Look at the breakdown table details. IP How immediately thought, this is a sacrifice of fresh blood to the former god Sao. But apart from humans, RA also has the blood of animals. That's weird. Looks like I've got a big problem. Suddenly, IP How's radio emitted an unknown sound. IP How saw that not out of surprise. Radio makes noise. Is it possible? He said the radio was being harassed by this kind of magic. Suddenly I saw something in the sky. Shout out a signal to the other two. Quickly look up at the sky. The sky is red. Even though the open space has stopped growing, but it's not completely gone. I think they just ruined a war. Still can't stop it completely. The ritual is calling. IP How is standing in front of a balance that is difficult to balance. So continue to SAO if your family will be in some danger. But if you give up like that, it cannot be guaranteed either. Open space will not continue to open. Greater than the former god will not descend. Why does he want to be the opposite of me? There is no other way SAO. I was thinking, suddenly from behind, Emil loves to pounce, to attack you. IP How has discovered. He returned but did not protest in time. It's dangerous, mother. The feeling of love is that I can't feel the air. Not enough time to attack AP How. My love has been cut into pieces. A voice came from far away. While handling Mio love, I didn't expect to see you here. IP How stood still like that. It's not a good habit. IP How heard that. I find the sound quite familiar. The question of this sound is, a man carries a Japanese sword behind his back. Appeared out greeting. Take a heavy hand. I didn't threaten you. Turns out it's an adult. The city appeared suddenly. People don't know. It's dangerous to be stalked by a predator in the back. Then I ran back to him and became CA. It's really you. I thought that. The real danger is not likely to appear at this time. I am not afraid of being doubted. I turned around and thanked the city. Looks like you saved my life. Thank you. Vu saw that and said, you don't have to be so humble, IP How. It's only Mio who can do anything to you. If you are safe. He showed an uneasy face towards the city. Who is the benefactor of the Royal Corporation? Not staying on the team. I often run to Zone 9 for a walk. More. We just broke the law and you showed up. You can't look down on her if you see that. Miss for dance. I am not ashamed that the old man knows. Vu pointed the gun directly at the head of the city. It's hard not to let others suspect. What do you finally want to do? It was amazing to see that, so I panicked. What are you doing? You're safe with no ill will. I can feel it. The city immediately reassured Vu with a few flattery. You are as fast as before. Although our superiors have a few conflicts. But they're not hostile to each other. You can put the gun down first. We'll talk slowly. You also say that you can help, that's right. Now the enemy is in front of you. The previous friction aside. Let's solve the problem in front of us. In addition, an academic leader joined. Our fighting power has increased, not SAO. It looks so friendly. IP How also has a heart. It's just that you touched it yourself, principal. I'm sure you're an employee. Be nice to you first. Then slowly trick me. I don't believe it. I'm not going to reveal secrets on my own. The dance is finally over, but there's no doubt about it. I will respect your face, but that doesn't mean I don't doubt you. Be honest with me. Be worried and forgive me, sister. The old man saw that and comforted him. You don't have to pay too much attention, teacher. Your sister is just in the habit of being careful. I didn't mean to target you. Just a misunderstanding. The city sees that as a help. But smile again. It's a misunderstanding. I'm also on some missions. Stay in Zone 9. Just in time to help civilians disperse recently. Then I heard an explosion, so I ran over here to see how it went. I thought the explanation was very reasonable. A man and a woman look up at the sky, red with thunder. That's because just now we've cancelled a summons. But there's another strategy in this situation. The city has got some information of the current situation. That's what RA is. Unusual in the sky before. I've paid attention to it before. So what are we waiting for? IP House said as if to tell the truth. It's not easy. Students also want to participate in SAO. The city responded, of course. The neighborhood is my hometown. It's filled with my beautiful memories. I couldn't raise my eyes to see it destroyed like that. Put your hand on your shoulder and continue. That sounds like a very high IQ. How to say you have a low IQ? Being on a combat team accomplishing such a big thing. They could all get a plus like that. It was very helpful for my promotion. Why is AP How acting normal? But in my mind I'm looking at every action, the gesture of the city, his present expression. There's no room at all. It's wonderful to feel guilty, because it doesn't help people much. Will it continue? I'm not afraid, I just feel like I can't help myself. I can only bother people. Hao saw that and reassured her. There's no such thing. Before that, I was lucky to have your power. Only then can we find this hidden formation. Your ability is very important. And when I saw that, I ran back and hugged him. Say a few comforting words. That's right. Your powers are much more effective than mine. Get excited to deal with the rest of the series. Then go find your mom. That sounds a little more reassuring. I just need people to control me. I'll do my best to help everyone too. Who can blame you? We can't be without each other, even if only one person goes. The fastest way to solve the problem. And everyone agrees with your opinion. You can land and run fast. It is possible to find another way to destroy it. While running, the city asked IP Hao. Let's share some previous intelligence. Let me know but prepare in advance. I immediately answered the question. We just went and talked. The city immediately saw the second battle. Find the second strategy and then the next will be the problem. How do we destroy this protective screen? IP Hao saw that and said, method I haven't used before. The second time, did the teacher have a way? Because this strategy is to use a defensive installation. It's a product of the Royal Corporation. I was surprised to hear that. There is such a thing. So you're suspicious? This imperial and pagan corporation. To connect together. I'm dancing with my back against the wall. His voice dropped. Who knows that you are the king's favorite? You know more than we explain. Or you can make up a story. Listen to that and try to explain. Please forgive me, sister. What I care about is running errands. But your suspicions are reasonable. Whatever the situation, it's hard to explain right now. I can only say, ever since, the Royal Corporation does not choose people. It doesn't matter whether weapons are sold to AI. Just be able to make money. So with a situation like this, I can't really explain anything. You see, that's what I said to help you. I trust the school 100%, but I advise you to remain realistic. To prove yourself. I don't want you to always target me. It doesn't seem safe. I know how to dispel this doubt. Understand and destroy the battlefield. You can prove purity. And city side. Who says I have personality? Always pay attention to what's wrong. Real tendon pain. An immediate city throw out the generator overload. That's the kind of lucky secret that I brought with me. If not, it can't be said clearly. Then that plane flies to the battlefield. Let's destroy this energy cover. People are excited. Immediately shout out your props really great. It's easy to destroy that energy cover. And city quickly passed by. They killed the firefighters with confidence. Of course it is. Because of the credibility of the small boat. I'm not saying you can flip. It's amazing to look at that. Maybe you should just kill them all. When I saw that, I said it was just fainting. It's so light now, what are you doing? After dealing with the fires, the city happily replied, although the emperor didn't choose a monopoly, but to avoid, they want to use offensive weapons that they produce themselves. They're all selling weapons by the back door. That I just used. Is to use it to undermine the defense sector. I also have a little bit of trust with people. There, I've told you all my secrets. You believe me this time. Suddenly a slash flashed, directly hit the red magic ball. The devil destroyed it. Excited to say the principal, I forgot about the most important genie. IP Hao then went to the city to talk. If you don't destroy the blood, the chimera, it's not possible to completely block open space. And become so confused. So what is it? What is it? Early, he put his hand on his shoulder and laughed. What do you worry about if there's a school here? Very high working performance. This time I have nothing more to say. The name is not the legend of the academy, is the best. I just give too much praise and too much praise. Then IP Hao happily told everyone, go to the next point and leave. The city is not over. The speed of the sword was fast. I didn't have time to react either. If this sword is going in your direction, so what do you want to convey? I want to see this student of mine. It's not like it looks so harmless. After a while, they arrive. The city also goes up. This is the last magic. Everybody stay away for a second so I cut it Cho. Delighted with joy. Good job destroying this. The big guy in the sky won't get out. Meanwhile, IP Hao was wondering, it just feels a little strange. I thought to myself, all too favorable. Except the incoming defense network. Not even the second option. The army will not. It's not that naive. A few seconds later, the ghost knocked them out. Make people panic. What's going on? And then the ghost brings them together. God is calling me. I will become one with the great God. The power we feel is infinite. The devil yelled out, they've been merged by magic. Then I turned to tell everyone. Get ready to fight the enemy. This may be the last trick of the world. The army of the forest and go out. After tolerating hordes of people, the ghost slowly turns into a monster, or it can also be called the blood of the iguana. He said it's just a bunch of little people. You dare to dream. Stop the descent of Sao. Anyone who disregards the gods must die. Another face on the body, the blood of the devil says. Who I'm guilty of not letting God come down. Please punish me. He said hide behind me. I've come to draw hatred and grace to my blood. IP how and Tuvu please help. The man standing in front suddenly realized. Wait, the difference is too high. Great way to hit this. You haven't finished yet. The blood of the genie has rushed to fight. The little man, they also dare to conspire. To fight with SAO's replacement. Extravagant. It is safe because of its attack that hurts a lot. Just one click, this is the fear of the elite. Rarely seen at level 60. Anne's blood count has been reduced to 60%. After a while fighting the monster, finally flew him away. The monster despises so mediocre, then quickly divert to Private Vu. IP how quickly rush to embrace Vu. Use a shield. Give me a blow. Be careful not to stand still. Hold your weapon. Pay attention. This guy's speed is not very fast. He is in the arms of a coward. Sorry IP how, the energy behind you. Over time continuously subtract not IP less. How aesthetic. Even though its ejection rate isn't as fast. But the power is too perverted. It's not the same level of interest. Met before. 10 layers of his backing energy. In a blink of an eye, it's broken, damn it. IP how's blood has now been reduced to 85%. You whisper in your heart, disrupting 10 layers of backup energy. But also such attack force SAO. The attack pushed IP how and Vu far away. I can't just resist its attack. That's okay. If not, even if it's your natural defense, can't resist either. A few moves forward. Swinging the sword directly at the blood of Chima. The enemy must turn defense into attack. There is a win. Based on my 20+ level experience, just don't get hit. There will be a chance to fight him to the death. However, IP how's attack only cost him 5% of his blood. I think it's too hard. A full force stroke of his attacking genius. It's just a minor injury. I am in a hurry to get out of here. The defensive power of this elite is too perverted. We basically can't break it. The genie's blood can hear it. You will not receive God's forgiveness. It is difficult to avoid. It must be the ghost hidden on its body. Give it such a high defense. A device that's thrown in front of the blood. Genus of ghosts and giants. And the faces on him started buzzing. What are these lame pants? All the demons in front of you are nothing. God, please forgive these wily and weak people. A shield appeared to pledge. This is a level 55 arc field. The value of backing is 100% safe. Speaking up. Everybody run. This is my 55th grade. You can lock it up for a while here. Give it back to me. The blood of the devil. It's very difficult to destroy the shield. What are you kidding me about, God? Let's punish these wild and weak people. At this point, IP House said to the city, your weapons are all broken. Is to prepare your hands without this knife SAO take it. Let's take a look at whether this sword is. This sword is bionic. Self-bringing by lightning attack effect. You can change from one-handed sword to two-handed. Attack speed up to 30%. I said, this is a sword. Taken from the hands of the Black Tiger Captain. You can take it. This time, running away is a good option. Most importantly, the teacher. I can't hold out much longer. When he was locked up for a while. Find out its weaknesses. Creating new tactics is top of the book. I look at you full of worry. When death is about to come. But also calmly think about SAO. His actual combat experience. Absolutely richer than me. Put your hands on your head and look tired. I think I found its weakness. Who has a headache? People are surprised and excited right now. Very good work. You always surprise me. What is its drawback? Graceful, difficult to say. I feel the magic in the boss's body. It seems to be carrying magic on its back. Blood Chima Tin. When he heard what he said, he immediately rejected it. You talk nonsense, and there's no downside. People realize if you say that. There's really something there. It's like Tim is beating, but the point is, how to do it. That can break the blood of Chima. It's so hard. IP How turned to ask, how do you feel about scanning blemishes? The scanner also replied, Master. General analysis. I've only taken advantage of the ghost's blood before. To strengthen weapons. Take advantage of similarity properties to destroy hardness. Also experienced RA eat back. Pay attention or immediately experiment a little. IP How turned to Private Vu. Miss 4 dance. Can I borrow your gun? 04 dance though wondering but still give me. What are you doing with a gun? You take it. He took the gun and told me to help him. Let's reinvent the weapon a little bit. Fusion hyperplasia of the hematopoietic axis Chima. What do you think you know about that skill? Seconds after the system is completed. Pops up the phantom axis of vision. Special remote weapon is attack accompanied by blood-sucking, armor-piercing effect. Attack speed increased by 30%. There are so many special features in this room. IP you are so bad. Over a period of time, then the blood of the great genie has been destroyed. Shield game over. This veil. You're wasting so much of my time. IP House said to Vu quickly try the effect immediately. Give it to me. She kept firing bullets at me. The blood of the devil. Make it struggle so damn painful. How can that be? Break down my defenses again. Its blood bar gets rapidly lowered, then stop at 90%. I was surprised to say it worked. How did you do that? How? He replied even though he was not injured. But the most, it can only be controlled temporarily. If you want to defeat it, it must be a powerful weapon. But where to look now? A guy happily said, I used to go to the night market. Help the team buy some combat weapons. But what do you want to do? Display system, I want to trade a power pack with you. Is it acceptable? I'm amazed. Is that a coincidence? The blood of the devil. He is now frustrated with the attack of the enemy. I get angry and vent no pain no itching. This is really annoying. IP how quickly told the city. It's not okay. The containment effect has been reduced. The principal thought of a way to help me hold for 20 seconds. The city immediately ran to deliver me. Notification system with IP how host. Win the power of motivation. Yeehaw stepped back to exchange scans. Use the shortest time. Find props with growth margins. With scanning power unit. Quickly find out. I found it, master. Ministry of Close Quarters Weapons Dynamics. It's a traditional set of rights that brings the whole arm together. It can be very powerful for missile strikes. Push-up type small enhancement renovation props. Used to speed up renovations for planes or cars. Can enhance the rotation size greatly. The principal's own income note. This stuff amazes me. Mom, it's a masquerade. I can't believe the principal likes human racing. You can't look at the outside without being right. There's no time to mess around. Let's get these three together now. Over here. The blood of the immortals who flew the city of RAA. The annoying ants die for me. My blood is now 10%. I can't keep up with my blood skin speed. If it continues like this. IP how is not finished yet SAO. How quickly spoke up and waited a long time. An attack to the. He immediately broke his sword. What the hell is my sword? Yeehaw wears a powerful power suit. I've held you for a long time. Next, it's time for you to strike back. The panic monster. God, please save me. I fear God, save me. I'm afraid. Another face of the black iguana blood. Your offensive face. It suddenly became so strong. I can break my rigid magic again. IP said seriously, suddenly strong. Maybe I'll tell you why you jumped up. Except for the value of experience. You are of no use to me. Not intended either. What's the intelligence in your mouth? Blood Chi Ghost Giant still boasted extravagant. He is the son of heaven. I received a blessing from the old god. You can be a bad person like you. Can be disregarded. We just need to focus on defense. No one can destroy it. IP doesn't care. Throw a punch at him, shut up. The punch made it break. There's a lot of magic. My mother and I quickly jumped out. The blessing of the former god. It doesn't work on our psyche. Where the blood of the great demon master does not give up. Let out the spooky magic. You dare to despise the old gods. Claiming to be the new god. Why do you have to accept the punishment? 10,000 arrows pierced the heart. Everyone is on top right now. Don't lose focus, my voice. Leave the rescue to us. Let's focus on it, Yeehaw Dao of RA. Everyone in the room told me. Now only you can destroy it. Don't waste your energy on this little thing. The city also said yes. Give up your defense and attack it as hard as you can. We're all counting on you. Listen to everyone's words. The dog quickly regained its spirit. Then it's precious. I want to use the fastest speed to finish the game. IP How started to open all DBS. When IP How was about to give his fist, then I suddenly discovered this is the realm of level 60 gods. Energy value 95%. Are in recovery. IP How is amazed at the magic curtain. Blood Chi Ghost great people gloat. You can also play a little trick to break this hard magic of mine. But absolutely will not. I can't break through the realm of my god. Dream warning bars flashing warning sounds warning. IP How is very difficult. Use your power to hit the annoying shield. It's just that those two heads keep dipping down. This magic barrier will never stop charging. Why the hell have I done this? The power is not enough. The system's alarm sounds again. Warning of constant overload attacks. Will fall into overload. Field of God LV60. 50% energy value is in recovery. Blood Chi Ghost Giants excitedly said, haha, it's useless. I have been blessed by God. No AI can break through our defenses. He used too much power and was thrown away. Damn it SAO from the start. I didn't put a target on his left heart. Oh shit. At SAO from the beginning I didn't put a target on his left heart. But the notification sound dimmed. The attack host has exceeded the attribute limit. Power falls into overload. The value of life is constantly being lowered. Time remaining 30 seconds. Blood Chi Magic Giants happily laughed and said. My favorite thing is to see others suffer. It's fun, my defense comes. Even the gods praised him. Foolish mortals, how can you break it? I love the arrogant beast loudly challenged Lao Tzu. It's here. See who died first. Ha 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 alert notification system. Because of the overload, the donor's blood volume was continuously reduced by a large amount. Body is shining. Trying to heal himself, he thought. The Lord is his superior. That intelligence doesn't matter anymore. It's important to break down its defenses. If not, don't tell me to stop the former deity. I'm afraid we'll all die here. We must use absolute power. Suppress the magic barrier. His speed of recovery. Think so? IP how quickly ordered the robot to think. Scan inspection. Let's see if we have any more power-ups. Not fast. The virtual brain robot answered him. Sorry, master, I really don't have it. Even if it's a potion, the most basic power is not. IP how did not look at the robot but focused on thinking. The power pill is right. There is this road. IP how turned to the back and said, did everyone bring along some powerful drugs? Can I borrow a quick jar? It was amazing to hear that AP how suddenly asked, startled to ask again. Power pills. The city has a little regret. Sorry, no, I bought a lot of stuff before. Just don't buy power pills. Magic also speaks. I don't have any. I just have mental drugs. Do you need 04 Vu standing by silently thinking? IP how saw her pondering, quickly asked Vu. If you don't have it, give it to me. If it's money, just debit it, I'll pay you later. I heard EP say that. The black face quickly threw out the potion and shouted, I told you we don't need to talk. IP how quickly grabbed the potion. Listen to Vu say more. I didn't want to give it to you because of the side effects. I wonder about the side effects. On the system can display the information of this vial. Kill it power bleach. After use for 1 minute, power properties will increase to 300%. After the effect is exhausted, accompanied by 2 hours in a weakened state. You can't use any tricks to remove it. He spent 2 hours in a weakened state. This is the same side effect as Chi Life. Vu looked anxiously at you. You're not going to save your family. Once in a weakened state. Why can you just be? Vu is not finished yet. I have seen that how to not speak, to drink the bottle clean. Your sweat is pouring out like rain. I'm afraid to say, can you hear me? There's no hesitation. IP how gave hand to wipe the mouth. Calm down and talk later. Then calculate. If you come to even the difficult door in front of you, it can't even pass. What else to say later? More. Not that there are still people SAO my family. Suddenly at this moment the eyes of the Aphrodite. Your child shrinks sharply. IP how stood screaming loudly a blood chi ma tin. The old man saw IP how. Suddenly there was such a big change. Surprised to stare at you. Why is this, young man? Suddenly IP how quickly threw his fist at him. The man he loved made him cry out in pain. He didn't even understand what was going on. And then IP how hit a bag of dust on it. Ahahaha. He punched, then kicked, then kicked. The giant demon spirit was beaten and cried out in pain continuously. Scream. Deep How's current blood index is only 21%. People standing outside, looking at Deep How madly fighting the monster. But surprisingly Tuvu spoke with such great force. But this way of fighting regardless of the consequences. Say fast gentle advice. Must watch out for Deep How's bloodline. Graceful worried said. But Deep How's blood flowed down too quickly. I'm about to lose track. She was still trying to heal the wound quickly. To restore blood to Deep How. But it is not enough. Blood demon essence. The giant was beaten so that he could not fight back. Secretly worried. This kid's attack increases with level. The shield's recovery speed is about to lose its grip. But the value of life is not much. Just need the right opportunity to solve. Defense give him another fatal blow. The winner is. Just thinking about it. Then Deep How has broken through its last line of defense. Then the blood demon giant panicked. Feel its defenses. Is cracking and about to shatter the realm of the gods. When its defenses are broken, its body is so fragile that a punch from Deep How also caused it to lose a part of its body. The beast cried out in pain. No way can it be like that. Why is my heart? I clearly received the blessing of God. Before, when the body of the blood chi demon giant exploded, he went crazy laughing and talking ha 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 ha. Don't think you can win me, then can prevent the fall of the old god. The old army of the Lamb Association will never be destroyed. You are being watched by us. You still have family. Your friends will all die miserably. Ha ha ha. Deep How holds its heart in his hand. Mouth gag. So why did Deep How feel something was wrong? No good, he wants to explode again. He quickly crushed the heart of the beast. Gritted his teeth and replied, then we will destroy the old world. Forestry army. Blood chi demonic giant only had time to say you. Its upper body. Blown to pieces according to my heart. Deep How also immediately fell down. He fell down and lay there panting, listening to everyone happily talking. Deep How you won, well done. Elite kill notification system. Blood chi demon giant. Win 200,000 experience points. 50,000 yuan. You have obtained the magic essence enhancement document. Level 60 skill book. The realm of the demonic summoner. The new god system continues to announce. Host enters a weakened state. 2-hour countdown begins. Deep How lay still thinking it was finally over. But what to do next? I have to rely on 3 of them. But, feeling of giving life into someone else's hands, Deepak gritted his teeth and tried to get up. He was startled when he saw Anton swinging his sword. Staring at myself, Deepak called out to Anton Sr. first. Dance with elegance and speed. Stand in front to shield Deepak. Tuvu pointed the gun at him and shouted at Anton. What do you want to do, Foxtail? Finally. You're out already? Elegant weapon in hand, ready for battle. Look at him seriously, said Anton. Caca. What's wrong with you? Deepak is our friend. Don't let him hurt you. Anton does not care about these two people. Fierce eyes stared at Deepak and called. Deepak stabbed his sword hard into the ground. A long and deep line appeared on the ground. He said quickly, "What are you guys doing?" Anton raised his two hands and looked at the two of them, confused. Sister Tuvu Dunan, don't aim your weapon at me. Misunderstanding. I was just distracted. People don't need to react like that. Tuvu still pointed the gun at him and frowned. I feel smart. Or feel I'm stupid. How can I believe this nonsense? Anton asked quickly. We are not the only ones going through life. Die together, star. He scratched his head and asked shyly. Why do you still doubt me? Just now I was just overwhelmed by Deepak's strength. Just for surprise. I have absolutely no further ill intentions. Looked at him warily. Anton surfed through the person. Tuvu whispered. If I really wanted to kill you. Feel two beauties can stop Sao. Tuvu heard him say that, momentarily scared and sweating. Anton walked towards where Deepak was sitting, bent down to help him up. Deepak, let me carry you. Weakened state cannot do anything. Deepak politely replied. You don't have to, Principal. I can still go reluctantly. Just give me a hand. Glorious look at IP. How? It's amazing and admirable to say. IP, you are so bad. Normal people, when they fall into a weakened state, being able to stay awake is the limit. You can even get up and walk. It's unbelievable. He stood silently watching them. IP. How was helped to go in a hurry to speak. Normal operation. No need to be surprised. The lady doesn't have to be that straight. We're all new to school and we're all new to life. But closer together, have less doubt and trust each other. I laughed and said a ha-ha. That's right, learn to understand me. And now suddenly the thinking robot appears. Speaks softly into the ear. The human spectrum of this fire. It's full of black. But this close-up isn't clear. So it's impossible to identify this flow of intent. Because of the previous owner. Or in the direction of the owner. He glanced at her and thought, no matter what. The teachers are full of doubt. It's true, so stay close to him on the outside. But I still need him as a guard. No matter what his purpose or secret is. Before not being turned over, we can all have fun together. A man sits on a rock. Make an opinion. Let's rest for 5 minutes. Then how do we start? IP. Hal looked at him nodding. This idea is not bad either. The light has reappeared in the sky. Quick look in the sky. Finally, the open space has completely disappeared. Everyone was so excited to see it. The dance is so beautiful that we embrace each other happily. It's nice to point to the sky. In the end, we succeeded in stopping it. The fall of the old god. The biggest threat has been removed. Excited private dance. That's right. He looked at them so happily and said coldly. Don't ignore it even though the open space is closed. But the risk of a lot of predators getting in has not been removed. You have to be vigilant at all times. Because of my little life. It's in the hands of those people. After saying that, he stretched out on the rock. Just release the soul and heal. Graceful, nervous say. Let's try it. He suddenly sat up and looked at the man. That's right. All the demonic blood has been destroyed. Maybe the radio has been restored. Vu knows what you mean. I'll try to contact the lady immediately. IP. Lie down to rest. Now the system is sounding the alarm. Ask for information to be shared with you. You sit up. Look at the screen in front of me. I don't think I need it anymore. You're great lady. Have taken the initiative to contact me. I was surprised to look at you. I was surprised to see you two talking to each other. Radio after recovery. The first person the lady contacted. He is the hero in the heart of his lady. It's just as important, Sao. I sat in front of the screen and answered yes. The situation on our side is. Vu looked at AP. How pursed lips. I think this feeling in my heart is complicated. Am I being jealous or jealous? Somewhere else. I can wear my arms. Look at the screen in front of you. Next to her are 2 guards. That's what RA is. I know, the Emperor and the 9 Kingdoms. That's interesting. I'm safe now. We've contacted the search and rescue group. It will take some time. Everybody stay where you are. I'll be right there. You are in a hurry to stop them from coming here. Because to improve performance, we're near the bridge. Meet at the secret passage of Zone 8. I'll send you the coordinates right away. I quickly agreed on the coordinates. Let's meet there. In her heart she thought, he comes even to this kind of secret passage. I also know it's not that simple. I am not the person I look at. IP. How sitting in front of the screen. My whole body was sweating when I heard her. Your weakened state of mind. It's not cool. Remember that you are the genius that the lady looks at. Don't get thrown in the middle of the road for a small thing. He replied, there are rules. Thank you for your interest, I'm not okay. From behind came to tie small talk. I've heard of it before. You and your wife have an unusual relationship. I thought it was a joke. Today I found out the rumors are true. That's admirable. IP How glanced at him without emotion and replied that. Let us get up and talk. But it's also true. This lady is protected. I don't want to make an effort. Then I was startled to ask him why he was nodding. I'm still thinking seriously. Dance and dance together gracefully. I can see the men are doing 8 things like that. A little contempt. Ha man ha ha. At safety zone number 9 Link Bridge, on a crowded bridge. There's a lot of cargo trucks. Everyone chin jostled together. I'm eager to shout this out loud. Let's go in there and open the door. Why do you feel dead without salvation? There's a reassuring speaker. Please don't get hot. We are still waiting for orders from our superiors. Of course. This answer doesn't make people feel better. People screaming, waiting for the head the beavers chased behind their ass. There. Open the door quickly. Exit at the secret passage to Zone 8. The king stood on his hips watching the family of IP How. Surprised to say, of course, the link bridge over there is no longer accessible. The screams of civilians were so loud. I can hear the boy here. Able to predict SAO. IP How's mother looked away anxiously. The child hasn't come yet. I'm worried about him. The woman sitting next to him comforted her mother not to rush. I contacted you just now, I'll be right there. But he's so good. It's definitely nothing. Nana sat in the back pointing her hands in the opposite direction screaming. A's the owner. The crew also arrived at a safe location. I am glad to call out my mother. Everyone looked startled at the child. IP Van galloped towards IP How. Hugging you said, your brother is not SAO so good. I'm worried about you. IP How hugged his sister laughing happily. Not that you're here. IP How's mother also ran to hug her child anxiously. Why is your child so shy? Where do you feel uncomfortable? The father of IP How hugged the whole family said. A home we can still reunite in. There is luck in the risk. AP How in the arms of the smiling family replied. My mother is not good. It's a little weak. Just take a break. Nana watched as everyone reunited. Also moved to tears. It's good that the whole family can be reunited. The owner of the mouth said that but in his heart thought differently. The emotions of lower level creatures are disgusting. You're going to make him sick. IP How bent down and patted her head in praise. Nana is struggling this time. Fortunately, my whole family is safe. She stood up and smiled at me and said. Because Nana can do anything. There was another thought in his mind, and now he's weak. Killing him is as easy as turning his hand. But the body doesn't listen. In my true consciousness, that my actions. We have to figure out how to get out of this trap. Behind him came Chen's voice. I'm so sorry for disturbing the reunion of your whole family. IP How looked back. Nana also stared at the baby and the 2 guards. Where the ability to speak up. But now, no more time to sink into happiness. Because the animal-loving leader champion infiltrated. This time the 100 chains are coming to life. Wearing the ability to calmly speak. By the embodiment of the 100 chains, it makes the animal very stable. It doesn't have a tendency to continue to invade Zone 8. So if it goes on like this, the whole Area 9 will directly transform into the world. People can't stay in this place anymore. Everybody's got to get out of here. The angry man gritted his teeth. SAO version world. They say they want to take this place. To make SAO acupressure. His hands clenched in anger. Then grow up in front of you. The behavior is so absurd. Love finally wants to do something. Wherein Kaini folded his hands to look at IP How. They're just a group of lovers. Unreasonable behavior is abnormal. What they are. We should care that the boss reaches this level 90. AP How amazing rank 90. You're sure, boss at this level isn't kidding. She hugged her mother anxiously. Face the 90-degree boss. Even a professional team of 5 is difficult to win. She was also worried and wanted to confirm. I don't want to question the old lady's judgment. But is the source of this intelligence credible? Even though it's hard to believe. Even though they don't look at them. It's absolutely reliable. Though SAO, it's my own eyes that see what people hear. Amazing to utter. What did you directly see the boss SAO? Calmly replied, yes. Even though it's only remotely. I remember the moment I saw my baby. Giant beast with scary outer shape. The top is the head, the bottom is the shape of a large bird. You remember the scary face? With its bright purple eyes. Continue, but almost. It was killed by direct eye contact. If it wasn't for 2 guards risking their lives, create a protective shield for you. Be careful, lady, we have. It's been discovered. Since it hasn't hit here yet, let's quickly retreat. When I think of this, the whole world trembles. Feeling eyes, I was so dizzy that I had to put my hand up and say, it's obviously that far away. It's just a look, but it almost took my life. Even if I die, I am not afraid. But fear comes from the depths of that soul. From beginning to end, it's an obsession, to see her whole body trembling with fear. IP How approached her comforting shoulder. Maybe you've been hit by its adverse effects. There's no need to be afraid. It's good to be alive after its attack. I look at you and praise you blushing. I saw 2 guards standing behind me. And I put my thumb back to my place. Natural on the forehead sweat RA. This thought. Did you guys misunderstand something? The ability to stabilize the state. You fold your hands arrogantly. I'm not a girl looking for comfort. The first major talk I had with the corporation. Welding where study texture to contact the favorite. Confirmation. This boss belongs to one of the 28 elite. People are talking about it. 28, what is this concept? That's the first time I heard it. Even if the child continues to speak. Since the L-cell era of the globe opened up, the world of things changes. Love is no exception. Scholars through years of research and discover the true level of love, according to some kind of law to arrange. But this rule is right for the dragon fruit. Legendary martial artist Chu Duke White Tiger for statues of 7 ends together into 28 crystals. Colloquial point of lecture. It's in the interest group. There are 28 bosses in total. Hell, I haven't heard of it. Because this information is not transmitted to civilians. The Great Warrior is the Great Warrior, one of the 4 dragon fruit statues. Through the narration details of the revelation, the image and power of my beloved, it's getting clearer in people's heads. In history, the 100 chains, we've butchered through 10 low-level city buildings. Although there's also a squash organizer, but in the end, still 7 defeat IP. How coldly spoke up. That's because before, there's no benefit to big corporations. Small-scale demolition team. Of course he gave his life there. But with the situation this time, if you leave without management, sooner or later it will be affected. You're big corporations. I can't sit still and not manage. Where the ability to quickly respond. Of course, the Korean company has sent the elite, forming a squad. The SAO will be here soon. More according to reliable news. Other large corporations, they're also regrouping the troops to prepare for the first death scramble. I can't wait to see the city behind me. That includes your prince. I can see that you only have your name. He scratched his head reluctantly. Haha, of course. Big CAs are up there. I remember the first death. More important than life. Maybe they're all on their way now. I looked at them and asked, this battle is beyond my expectations. It can make many corporate teams dying like that. Maybe this boss dropped something precious SAO. For example, low-end transmission-equipped props. I quickly explained that I guess I was wrong. It's like a 28-year-old boss. They all have their own territory, only the first dead. You can get the key, and open the great door of the land. In the territory, put the kinds of rare resources that they've collected. That this amount of resources, that's 5 times the equivalent of the same SAO. If converted into money, stop for a moment and put 2 fingers up. Luminous faces say at least 2 billion. I heard about the amount of money that can be made when you beat the beast. Aesthetic bright eyes 2 billion. Even though I'm still in a weakened state. But give me a try. How did you get close to your brother? What do you think? That's a 90-year-old boss. Maybe you're hiding something. The devil saw him ask me that. I sweat more on my head. Turn your face away and say, maybe. In my head I calculated, SAO version of the 90-level boss. It's far beyond the scope of my ability. Unless you use experience. Directly unlock a brand new account. If you can open a profitable account, SAO. IP how frown thinking, whether it's worth it or not, we'll talk later. At least there's some CM component. I can't wait to close the matter. We're temporarily withdrawing from Zone 8. Then count the rest of the civilians. Waiting for the soldiers after killing the boss. Nature will be saved. IP how nodded in agreement. The king came closer to look at IP how and asked, heck, I have something to ask you. The coordinates of this passage. To our security team. It's just a secret in the small 6. How do you know? IP how honestly replied. Was a female security guard who told me. It seems she's also from the Light Corporation. It's like the soldiers listening to you. Rushed to grab his shoulder anxiously asking. Is her name the Frequency? Where is she? Do you know how she is now? The King of Heaven calmed down a little. The woman said she saw the sign. A picture of the 2 of them together. He looked at the young man in front of him. I think they are a relationship. I thought so. IP how came to Tai and whispered to the soldiers. She gave me cover to let me run. He was killed at the last minute. Gave me these coordinates. She's a good person. The soldiers heard the pain screaming. Why can it be like that? The Frequency is dead and dead. The king saw him like crazy. Quickly hold him into adult voices. Master, control your emotions. At least she's not a digger. Her sacrifice is worth it. The soldier hugged his trembling face and cried. But she's dead. It's basically no longer worth anything. Who looked at them like that? IP how's face grew colder. I quietly made up my mind. He said no. Wrong. In this era. The only standard for measuring political value. Surviving. Sorry, I can only help you here. I hope this well-meaning lie. I can comfort you a little. IP Van Fei is moving forward. I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. She happily pointed her hand towards the gate. There's a light in front of you. There's a light. Brother seems to be on his way out. Passing through the gate, you are surprised to look around. Why is the atmosphere behind so heavy? In the distance there's an echo. There stood a man with white hair. One side of the face with black
Behind
cloth.
him
There are 4 others. Everyone is armed with a weapon. They are staring at you. The man at the head of a loud voice. This mountain is open. This tree is planted by me. I want to come over here and pay. IP how scampered C running back to Van Fei. In front of my sister asked, who are you? Why do we know this secret passage? In my heart I think my intuition tells me. These people are extremely dangerous. The guy behind you reminded me. Their level is really high. Absolutely not a normal person. Be careful. The white-haired man had just smoked a cigarette. I just laughed and said, the secret passage. Can this little thing make it difficult for me? Although Sao, Lao Tzu is also a relic hunter through 100 years. I heard that Zone 9 was attacked by the enemy. We're running through here talking. Waiting so long without